Thor here, and I'm at this place. I'm not exactly sure what they call this spot, but long story short, definitely a pull-off area, and I will include GPS coordinates in the description, so if you want to find this exact spot, it's really easy to get to, and it'll help you find the spot. But yeah, I don't think this place has a name. For this episode, I used the most appropriate mode of transportation that I have. It is both economical and surprisingly functional, even if I do look like a bear riding a tricycle. I have conferred with several locals to find out the name of this location, and unfortunately, if it had a name, it has been forgotten. Since that is the case, I decided to name it after my motorcycle because, well, why not? Since I've never announced it publicly, my motorcycle is named Gertrudo, which translates to spear and strength, or if we were to translate its meaning to English, would probably mean something like strong weapon. The name is Old Germanic, but can be traced to other cultures as well, so in turn I decided to name this spot Gerties Hoodoo. Getting to this location is extremely easy. The only real challenge is that you have to cross Wallweep Creek, which can be dangerous if it is surging or flooding. Two-wheel drive vehicles can make it to this location. However, it is important to note that you should not leave the Smoky Mountain Road, otherwise known as MP Trail 230, unless you have a more capable vehicle. Minor washboard and potholes is about the worst you should expect, but during particularly rainy seasons the road can wash out and will require repair. NPS has closed it in the past because of this. I could easily make a whole video unto itself with just how scenic the Smoky Mountain Road is, so suffice to say your trip to this location will be a very pleasant one, especially if you're not familiar with the desert. The drive to this location is about 15 minutes, however I tend to take longer simply because I like to stop and look through all the canyons and explore along the way. There's an abundance of interesting things out here. The local flora consists of a wide variety of plants, however this year the wild onions went crazy. As for the fauna, there's not a lot out here. Only thing I saw on this trip was small lizards, however there is some really interesting rocks like desert glass. If you go during the right time of the day, the whole desert sparkles as if it were dusted with glitter. This is a spectacle to behold, however it makes for very difficult videography, so I did this location before that happened. I would strongly suggest that if you have the time to visit this place, do so around sunset. For reference, this road connects to quite a few other very good places, so if you have a four-wheel drive vehicle, you might consider making it a day and visiting places like Crosby Canyon, Warm Creek, and Alstrom Point, all of which I have videos on and will include links in the description. I will admit, upon first sight of this location it would appear rather discreet, however its appearance is rather deceiving as there's a lot going on at Gerties Hoodoo. An important thing to note is that the side trail where you can see tire marks go into the area is technically not legal, so you may consider parking on the side of the road like I did. However, it is likely that at this point in time the damage has been done. At this point in time I'd like to let the video speak for itself, and I'll recap when I start to leave the location.
Quick moment of your time. If you want to help support me so I can do this more often, check out an app called Patreon, link in the description. A great way to support individual developers like me, where I post a lot more content there as well that you can view and subscribe to, enjoy. Thank you for your consideration.
It is hard to explain exactly just how large some of these rocks were and how it felt to walk underneath them. The experience was grand and quite spectacular. The scale of everything out here is truly larger than life. For many, just a chance to see things like this is life-changing. For me, it reminds me of just how blessed I am and have been. Like Lake Powell, I am truly in love with this place. If you made it this far, I suppose I should share with you why I named this place after my mini bike of all things. I suppose in many ways that large rock sitting on top of the small spire reminded me of how I look riding my mini, a funny yet lovable name for such an interesting place. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to leave them below. Again, I did include GPS coordinates in the description if you are interested in finding this place, and links will show you other places that this road goes to. So until next time, this is Thor, signing out.